I recently made a video about film cameras in anime and you guys really seemed to like that and gave me so many different recommendations of different animes to check out. So I sat down thinking I was only going to watch maybe one or two of them. Anyway, today I'm going to go over more film cameras that appear in anime. Tamayura is an anime about a girl who loves taking images. No joke, that is just a description of this anime. I only watched the first 2 episodes and there seems to be a different set of series you can watch, but it was a really good watch. We follow our main protagonist through Sawatari in her main journey of making new friends with nerds who also like cameras and also finding where she took this image of her dad before he passed away. In the opening scene itself, we're greeted to this beautiful Rolleiflex, Canon F1 and just a regular point and shoot. I can't really tell what brand it is, and they're animated so beautifully. It's clearly whoever made this has a clear dedication to cameras, and our main character herself uses a Rolleiflex 35S, which is a beautiful, adorable little camera. And it's great seeing some close-ups where they've really paid close attention to all the details on the camera. There's this one scene I really liked where her and her friends go to this photo exhibition, which was just really cool to see in an anime. And speaking of her friends, one of them uses this cute digicam, which, while not a film camera, is still cool to see. This anime was made in 2010, so there's a really interesting overlap with multiple mediums. You know, you've got flip phones, digicams and film cameras all in one anime. It's like kind of fucking cool. And a final note about this anime is some of the fucking quotes they were dropping. Oh my god, they were amazing. Area 88 is an anime that follows photojournalist Makoto documenting fighter jets' lives at the base of Area 88. And damn, this anime does not miss with its camera details. Oh my god. Makoto clearly uses a Nikon F3P, which is so interesting because not only is it Nikon F3, but it's specifically the photojournalism one. Oh my god. That is so cool. That's such a cool, crazy attention to detail. The anime goes as far to show what film he's even shooting, how he loads the camera and the film coming in and out of it. There are so many cool just close-ups and action shots of Makoto using the camera, and it was a really great thing to watch. I found myself more watching the anime to know what images he was taking than whatever the plot was with the fighter jets and what they were doing at Area 88. There's this beautiful scene where he is in his darkroom developing images and he has negatives hanging everywhere. Oh my god, it is amazing. I did only watch the first 6 out of 12 episodes, and I don't know if I'm going to keep watching, but thank you very much for the comments recommending this one too. FCLC is literally Evangelion. Okay, no it isn't, but holy shit, the amount of times I had to double glance and be like, is this Evangelion? What the hell? Like, actually look at this shit. This is Evangelion. And I mean this in the most like complimentative way. Like, this is so cool. I didn't really watch this one properly, just kind of skimmed through it looking for the film cameras, but holy shit, the animation in this is so unique and interesting. The plot revolves around Haruko, an alien, being drawn to the medical building in the place they live, and shenanigans happen around that. Anyway, Haruko the absolute badass rocks 2 Olympus film cameras, an OM1 where she's seen taking some images, and even better, the adorable Olympus point and shoot XA2 with the AF11 flash. So cool, but even cooler than that is in the limited edition Urban White. I looked on eBay, this camera goes for about £200 now if you wanted to get the exact same one, but that is crazy and it's so cool to see the kind of sequence of her taking images with it. Like I said, I didn't really get too hooked on this anime, just kind of skimmed through it because the first episode wasn't intriguing enough for me, but I definitely feel like it's something I should go back and rewatch because it does seem kind of interesting. Speedgrapher was recommended to me so many different times, and I'm really surprised I hadn't heard about this anime already. Watching the first episode, I was hooked, and I mean really hooked. Cool guy in a trench coat shooting a Nikon F2, literally fucking me. Oh my god. The first episode we see him going around taking images, kind of stalking down this organization and trying to see what's going on, which is why I was mainly hooked. It was really interesting concept. And then some weird godly demonic stuff happens and his camera becomes a weapon that when he takes images, people explode. I kind of lost interest in the plot after that happened. I've only watched the first 3 or 4 episodes, so maybe I need to just give it a bit more chance, see what more happens with the camera, but it is a really interesting concept, and some of the shots we do see in the anime are beautiful with him and his camera and his trench coat. So thank you for everyone who recommended this one to check out. I will probably keep watching it. Perfect Blue was an insane watch, like a complete mindfuck. I don't want to say too much about the plot because you should definitely watch this for yourself, but the main premise is kind of we follow our protagonist, Mima, who goes from being a pop idol to an actress and just kind of follows the process of a stalker, kind of documenting her life as she descends into madness. It is really confusing to watch. Definitely an anime you have to watch more than once because so much happens. It being a psychological thriller, it was so cool but also quite graphic at times, so definitely don't watch it if you're quite faint of heart. But it is also so beautifully made and it's definitely worth the watch. Obviously, speaking about when cameras appear in the anime, there are loads to pick from. In crowds we see just loads of generic kind of bodied ones taking images of the pop idol, but there are more close-up scenes which are really interesting to have actual camera details. We do see a close-up of a Nikon, clearly meant to be an off-brand Nikon, but weirdly enough, later in the movie we see a camera branded with the Nikon logo. It's clearly meant to be a Nikon F4, and as this commenter said in my comment section, it's likely they got the licensing rights to have Nikon in the movie as they ported it to VHS and changed it as they were being imported. I don't really know how that stuff works, so don't quote me on that. But loads of film cameras and other cameras appear in this, definitely worth a watch just for the fact of how amazing it was. It's the kind of anime I need to watch like 7 video essays on now after watching it. Bakuon is an interesting anime. It's about a group of girls who are really into motorbikes and form a motorcycle club at their school, and you know, generic shenanigans ensue from there. Now you're probably thinking, how do film cameras tie into this? Well, in the opening credits, the butler of one of the girls who owns one of the motorbikes has a Nikon F with a waist level viewfinder, and it looks so cool. And you know, that being in the opening sequence, you might think cameras appear frequently in this anime. No, not at all. I skimmed through this whole anime because it was the first one I watched, and I was severely disappointed to see the camera only appear once or twice more, which is fine, you know, it's an anime about motorbikes, but this anime in general was just not my vibe whatsoever. I think the easiest way to say it is that it was very fan servicey. To be fair, in a random episode, a girl in a background scene is seen holding a Super 8 camera, which is really cool. My running theory is whoever was on the team making this anime really is interested in film cameras and just thought they'd slip one or two in when they could. It was an interesting watch, I guess. Thank you for the recommendations in the comments. And that covers it. 6 more animes to add to the list of film cameras that appear in anime. A huge thank you to all the support on the first video. You guys absolutely killed it. It is my best performing video yet. I've had people message me on Instagram from it, which is so sweet and kind, and if you want to do the same, you can find my Instagram linked in the description below with all my cool ass photography. And as always, if you've got any more recommendations, please drop them below. I'd be more than happy to watch some more. Also, along with any film cameras that appear in video games, I think that might be an interesting topic. I know 1 or 2, but I imagine you guys know a lot more that I could check out. Thank you for watching as always, and Matt out.